friends, welcome back. So it is 8th, pretty sure it's the 8th of September. Just chill there for a second. No, it's the 9th. I lie, it's the 9th. Is it the 9th? Fuck yeah, it's the 9th. Oh god. Oh, which means that wouldn't have finished it. Did you? No, you didn't, Charlie. Let's try that one again. Sorry, like, in the process of editing and everything, and the laptop just decided to throw a hissy fit. That's how it, beautifully helpful, very, very, very fucking helpful. So anyway, it's 20 to 6, 5:30. It's 20 to 6. At some point, oh, that fuck, like, oh, you're gonna recover, you beautiful motherfucker, you Photoshop. So yeah, at some point, I am meant to be meeting a new dog, which I mean, I need to put in here. The pen and wrap is somewhere. There he is. Right, so Pickle changed over to there, plus we add in the Jake and Seth meet access German Shepherd dog. And like a 12 p.m. Yeah. So yeah, at some point today I'm meant to be meeting, or later I'm meant to be meeting a new dog. Tomorrow I get to attempt to do all the walks by myself, which, because I don't have a bike, means I get to walk to all of them. Oh my god, I actually have to walk to all of them. Which means, like, if I leave at like 7:30, then I could be to Holly for 8 till 9. From Holly, go down, get tops and down. I'm gonna be out for most of the fucking day. I'm gonna have to start at like 7:30. Because the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna have to go over and do Holly. It's gonna take me about half an hour to get to Holly. So I'll start her walk at 8 in the morning. Do her 8 till 9, and then I have to go and pick Toby and Dora up at 10, which it will take me an hour to walk to Toby and Dora, which means it'll be an hour to get them back to then, it's already going to be 11. So then I'm going to have to go and do Dexter because they don't like him being done too late. So that's going to be half an hour, 45 minutes to get to him, which means it'll be 11:45, or 11:30, 11:45-ish by the time I get to Dexter, which means by the time I'm done with him, it's going to be about 12:45, 12:50. Then go on and do Rosie, which would take me about half an hour to get to her. So about 1:30-ish till 2:30. From there we'll go over to Huggo, so 20 minutes, so from 2:30 it'll be like 10 to 3. So 10 to 4 I'll finish with him, and then I'll go on and do Jake and Saf, which will probably take me 15-20 minutes, so probably like 4:30 I'll be doing Jake and Saf to finish at 5 to be able to get back here for 6 for when a dog gets dropped off. my feet are going to be fucked. Fucked. Whereas if I had a bike, I was going to leave at 8, cycle to Rosie, grab Rosie, stick her in the little doggy backpack because she's a small girl, so she'll fit in there quite comfortably. And then it would take me 17 minutes to cycle from Hannah's back to Holly, to which then those two were going to be able to have a nice little group walk together, which meant I was going to get 2 dogs done with 1 walk, then take Rosie back, plus then obviously I could go and cycle to Tubbs indoors and bring them back. Okay, we would have to walk, but I mean I could cycle nice and slow, which should get that done, and then it would only be 3 other walks, whereas now it's 6. Don't start a dog walking business if you can't drive. It will bite you in the arse. Quite literally, but and that's the fun and games I'm gonna have tomorrow. And I have a fucking web seminar that's meant to be starting at 8:30 tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be here to be able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to like still be at this woman's house. No, I don't want it to be put down as covered. No, I don't want it to be a God. Obviously a fucking JPEG. This is not my time, and now unfortunately I can't see where the fuck I'm at. Start from the other fucking end. No, we're not saving it as a fucking Photoshop fucking thing. I'll be here forever. I don't know why I get myself into these situations. I mean, part of me is like, do I just... The thing is, I can't even like cancel tonight because I don't have the time tomorrow. mean, I'm going to be out the house from 7:30 onwards. From 7:30 till like 5:30. God, I'm going to need to come back and pee. That or part of me is like, there's a bike for sale in the same sort of location as I'm meeting this other dog, and I'm like, do I just go and buy the bike? The issue is obviously like mum's is in the shed there, as is dad's. And they're just too fucking big for me. I'm one of those that I like to be able to touch the fucking floor with my feet fully and not have to worry. And I mean, these fuckers are just ridiculously fucking big, and it's just like, I can't safely fucking ride on that thing. Whereas like my bike, when I had mine, absolutely loved it. Like, yeah, slightly too big for me and shit. Oh no, slightly too small for me. But that's how I liked it, you know. I liked it being, no, right, what the fuck then? Oh, yeah, right, 63. Yeah, I liked it being at a point where it was like, Jade, like, you should really be getting a big bike. But at the same time, it was like, well, if something realistically went wrong, I just stood up, you know, and it was just kind of like it would carry on from underneath me, and it'd be like, oh, well, I always show, mate. Whereas like mum's bike is just, it's tippy toes, and that's not where I'm at. I don't like tippy toes. I like a full firm foot on the ground, preferably both, because then you can kind of scoot yourself along, you know, like you do as a kid, just like wee. Whereas tippy toes, you can't scoot yourself along. Can't be telling me that's all of them. Of course not. I don't know. Yeah, so I like to be able to just like scoot myself along, especially since I was thinking, obviously, when I collect tubs and doors, I can't actually cycle back with them, because I mean, one door is probably, well, one of them is going to have a hissy fit at the fucking bike, so I can't actually cycle back, because one, I don't think Toby would keep up, at least not for the full hour, and I don't necessarily want to try and tiptoe shimmy my way back. It'd probably take me longer to do that than it would to actually walk them. So it's just a shame. Plus it's buried in the fucking shed, which means I've got to get the brother's bike out, the brother's mini motor out, then dad's bike, then get mum's bike out. And if I find out it's got a flat tire or something, then it's just like, it's going straight back into the fucking shed, because I don't know how you fix an inner tube and shit, which means then I'd have to take it over to the bike shop, which is shut. You just think like, whereas if my brother hadn't played with mine, it would still be there for me. Brother though. Nope. I thought that was one then. No, I don't know. So yeah, I've got to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. Otherwise that's going to be a long day, and I'm not necessarily sure my feet are going to be able to handle it. open it. God. It would just have those days where you just think like, what am I doing? I feel like that's me right now. I don't know when this lady's going to get back to me. I actually want to do this webinar because it's a little more about dog training and prey drive, and I really want to be able to help train friggin' Ember the German Shepherd out of her prey drive. So shit, all the rest of her, isn't it? All the rest of them. I know it took over like 100 photos of those dick I did. Over 100 pictures of just 3 dogs. Yay. 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 And I get to edit. I mean, I've done 4 walks today. No, we've done 3. 4. I've done 3 today. Doesn't like it doesn't even end at the weekend. But the good news is my new GoPro arrives tomorrow. Unfortunately, my one, I found out the other day, is 10 years up, 10 fucking years old, my GoPro. And the bad boy's still... He does his fucking job, I'll give him that. I'll give him his fucking due, he does his job. He might be shit at it at times, but he does his job. And for a 10-year-old fucking piece of technology, that's quite impressive, I think. Because a lot of them would have got up and fucked off at this point. I mean, could you imagine a 10-year-old fucking iPhone? 10-year-old lads, oh my god, I don't even want to think. You think whereas like that GoPro just keeps on fucking trucking. Just keeps on trucking. He'll have his little hissy fits here and there. He'll be like, it's a bit too warm for me today, I don't fancy it. And the batteries have their issues. They're like, what's this you asked about charging? That's a good one. But other than that, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll show you a flashy light and I'll record. And that's all I ask of it. So it's gonna have a break. It's gonna go on retirement, and it's just gonna be like a retainer in case anything should happen. You know, in case we get to a point where I'm doing separate group walks or we take on another person, then I could give them that GoPro and just say like record, and obviously you can use, what's the word I'm looking for, the fag thingy in your car. Anyway, most cars, you know, you plug a fucking charger in USB or whatever, so you'd be able to charge the batteries like as you're out collecting the dogs. I would in my car, but the device, it is a fag thing, isn't it? Anyway, the way you do it, it's being used for the dash cam. So I'd have to take the dash cam out while we're driving to charge the GoPro, which then would kind of be pointless because obviously I want the dash cam in case anything happens. So, you know, but I mean, obviously for anyone else, and especially a lot of people, they have their dash cams wired to their battery rather than the way I have mine. It's just because I can't be asked to deal with giving the car over to Dad and say, yeah, connect it to the battery, make it work this way. It's just like, no, it works like that, we'll leave it like that, it's doing the job. Plus obviously if we don't keep the car, sorry Ronnie, I love you, but you know, if we don't, then we get a dog van, then obviously the dash cam's going to go in the dog van. So, you know, I put up with the way it is because I don't want to do anything permanent to that car, because in reality I really don't think we'll keep it. I mean, she's great, I don't fault her, she's some slight issues, but she's French luxury, so, and I mean, she does the job. She gets the dogs from A to B, she gets us from A to B, and C and D and E and F and fucking G, but she does it. And obviously that's what we kind of need at the moment, so I'll take it. But in the long run, she's gonna go. She's lovely, but she's gonna go. She's just not practical. Not when I want to be taking on more dogs. But the plan is that she gets me through learning to drive, because the clutch is that difficult that it's going to be very much persevere through. And if I can learn to drive that, then I should be able to do anything. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't even know what I'm like up to anymore. I'm just kind of rambling. I think I just need to get all this shit off my chest. Which would be alright, but I've got nobody to go out in the car with. The issue is I'm not confident on the road, which means I need somebody to get me to a quiet spot to just do some learning initially, and then to be able to move onto the road. Because I mean, my friends, like, she's offered to be like sit in the car, because she's been driving since she was 17, and obviously we're 23 now, so that's like 5 years, so she can sit in the car with me while I'm learning. But I'm not confident enough on the roads to be able to get us to a quiet place, and obviously she's not got the insurance to drive my car to get us to a quiet place. So the dilemma is, like, I need mum or dad in the car to get me to a quiet place to initially kind of start to get the gist of shit, and then from there go out on the road. And obviously once I'm more confident and once I've kind of got the gist of it and everything's kind of flowing a little bit more, then I'm gonna like be more inclined to like call up my friend and be like, yo, come sit in the passenger seat of this fucking car and like let's go for a drive-through or shit, like let's just go for a jolly, but like you sit in the passenger seat and just pretend like you're a driving instructor or some sort of shit, you know. But I want to be at the point where it's like, yeah, just like jump in, let's go. Anyway, because there's hardly any coppers around here, could probably drive round to hers. I mean, she is like a 5-minute drive up the road, so you know, I would and all, I'd just be like, doodly-doo, nobody fucking notices nothing. It's not to learn without a person in the car. You know, You don't see coppers all that enough to be able to like realistically worry about it. I don't think I would. And plus, obviously, from mine, you could go like a sort of back route and avoid any sort of traffic lights, which means you'd avoid anyone official looking at number plate, looking at you in the like driver's seat of the car, being like, not sure about that one. Not at all like I can think about this, but you see, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, that's like my goal for the end of the year. I would like to realistically pass a test at the end of the year. The only issue being that obviously all driving instructors are like fully fucking booked forever because of COVID. I took 187 photos of these dogs. Yeah, so all the driving instructors just like have a backlog of students that they need to get through, and then obviously the test situation is a whole nother fucking ball game. There's not enough friggin' practical driving tests to go around, so everyone's just waiting on a cancellation, and you just think like, and I mean, part of me thought about like booking a test like well in advance and just being like, well, this is the due date, so you know, I have to be ready for this point. But at the same time, I mean, I'd happily kind of drive around to the dogs, but again, I'm not got the confidence, and then it comes down to the time issue of, I mean, you think I'm gonna have 6 walks tomorrow, which, okay, those 6 walks could be made into 2 if I could drive, because you'd be able to stick 4 of the dogs in the car and take them on a group walk, rather than having to do all of them separately. But it's the time limit of, okay, so I'd wait, I'd leave probably about 9:30, give or take, obviously because I'm a slower driver, I don't quite get the gears, the clutch is difficult, so obviously it gives me time, stall a few times, figure it out, you know, wait at junctions, because obviously again, you know, waiting at junctions takes a whole lot longer, because can you pull out in time? Are you going to be able to make it? Are you going to stall? It's probably better to wait till it's quiet, especially when you're first beginning, because obviously you don't want to pull out and like stall just as you're getting out of the junction and like this person's coming barreling down the fucking road. It's just like, you want to go? You know, so you think, okay, so you equate for the time that it's going to take you to pull out of a junction or go around a roundabout or anything like that. Yeah, it's probably going to take me a little bit longer. And then obviously then you've got to think, so if it's going to take me, a 15-minute journey is going to take double that time, what's picking up the dog's going to become? You know, and that's how it becomes difficult, because it goes from, oh yeah, well, you know, this is a 15-minute journey here and this is a 10-minute journey here. It's like, well, if that's me driving, that 15-minute journey is now half an hour, that 10-minute journey is now 20 minutes, that 5-minute journey is now 10. You know, and the day all of a sudden just disappears from you, because I'm the idiot that sat at a junction for 5 minutes because it's like, well, it's not clear, and if I fucking stall it and someone barrels into the side of my car while it's got dogs in it, well, that's not exactly right, and then I've got to go home and tell some freaking owners that their dog's been crushed in my car because I'm learning to drive and I pulled out of a junction and I stalled it and somebody just didn't really fucking realise that I wasn't actually moving and it just went bam, you know. So it's just a difficult one because I want to learn, but by the time we're finished of the day, then Mum's knackered, she doesn't want to go back out, and obviously like I'm like, yeah, well I could, but she's like, no, and obviously everyone else is like done with the day, so then I'm just like going back at fucking .0 because again now I've got no one to go out with. It's it was a lot easier during lockdown because at least like the local car parks were empty, so I could do stuff in there. You know, I could learn and make shit work, but now I can't, so I think the worst part is obviously Mum doesn't want to sit in the car with me while I'm trying to learn because she's not a great passenger. So it gets to the point as well where it's like, well, I don't know, I don't fucking know anymore because trying to find an instructor and then trying to find the time to actually take the lessons from the instructor, you know, it's just, I don't see it happening for like another 2 odd years, which just means then I'm 25 years old, I can't drive, I can't run my business successfully because I can't actually do the fucking job. I just think, oh, should have just fucking carried on when I was 18. If I just carried on, I'd be driving by now. And oh well. Anyway, there is no point wasting everyone else's time. Probably not, I can't imagine anyone's watched to this point. But anyway, thank you ever so much. If you did watch and listen to my ramblings and everything. Otherwise, but if you didn't, you're not here to hear this, so screw you. Thank you, and I will hopefully see you in a more cheery sort of vlog at some point, but bye.